Looks like we are off to a start here. We have first level greens. Mainly we're just focusing here on moving right and getting some lag management strats by killing enemies as we move throughout the track here. One thing to notice off the bat here is the different color palettes. Atroz has a black and white color palette, and FuzzyGames has a more interesting palette, and that's due to the Super Game Boy. Allows you to do custom palettes like that. Looks like we got Poppy Bros here. Looks like Atroz got the dance. FuzzyGames got better RNG there. Both runners going for some damage boosts and some lag management strats here in order to get rid of some of the sprites on screen. So far, pretty tight movement from both runners, I'd say. All right, both runners making it up through the climb into the Wispy fight here. See if Wispy's going to give us wind or apples. Want to get apples.
Now hopefully both runners get good RNG. Both starting out with a blow.
Yeah, it looks like FuzzyGames got the double wind there, which a little unfortunate, but only wastes a little bit of time. Looks like Atroz making it out there just a hair before FuzzyGames. Definitely very close race. Both heading into Castle Lolo here. See in the first room, Atroz and Fuzzy are both gonna get that mic and then swallow it. It's, I believe, the fastest way to move through the room. Both getting pretty quick movement throughout this section. Fuzzy took a little bit of damage, but that's alright.
Atroz got a nice damage boost.
Alright, Atroz getting good RNG there, as well as Fuzzy getting that top row. It's much quicker if they're on the higher rows, because they don't have to run out as far. Oh, it looks like we're going to be seeing a curry strat here from Atroz. This is a very exciting strat to see. Basically, you want to pick up that curry and then carry it through multiple rooms in order to get into the boss fight while still having the curry. If you get perfect movement, you can then get a quick kill on the Lolo Lala fight. That hesitation going through that door might not get it. Oh, nope, here we go. Going for the quick kill. Just barely missed it. Still got one of them killed, though, and that definitely saved time. I believe that might have put them in the lead. Fuzzy just barely missing that double hit there. Atroz getting the hit on Lolo Lala, putting them slightly in the lead here. Fuzzy also getting out of the fight there. Pretty good movement. Both runners definitely did a good job in that level. Moving on to floaty islands here. This one can be pretty tough. A lot of lag management you got to do here. There's a lot of the lemon beams, as we like to call them, as well as the seeds that drop down cause a lot of lag, and then the cannonballs cause a lot of lag as well. So lots of lag management through here. Also lots of tight platforming. The water can be kind of iffy. It's very easy to fall off the bottom of the screen there. Both runners getting very good lag management strats and moving through very quickly. Atroz definitely getting almost no lag there, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, Atroz moved really, really cleanly right there.
Both moving through the cave now. Atroz just about done. Made pretty good work of that. Fuzzy now making their way through the cave as Atroz is going on the boat here. There's also a lot of lag management on this part. There's just a ton of enemies in a very short space. So you want to be careful, try to get rid of a couple of them, and also just got to be careful with your inputs. With the lag, it's easy to drop an input. Atroz made that look easy, though. Fuzzy opting to go for the curry, which is a little bit safer strat, allows you to just kill the enemies. You also run a little bit faster, but it also causes a little bit of lag, so it is safe strat that loses about a little bit of time, maybe like a second or two with perfect movement, so definitely not a bad tournament strat at all. Atroz looks like they're going to Kabula now.
Absolutely, and they're going to be playing it pretty close here, trying to make it a quicker battle. They got plenty of health to play with, so you know they can afford to take a few hits. And then you see here, Atroz just finishing it up. You know, really good boss fight right there. And we'll see if FuzzyGames is able to play it as close, or if they might take it a little further back. You know, want to save some health.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing a little more of the mid route, trying to save the health there, trying not to take too many shots. Atroz going into bubbly clouds now. This can be a pretty tight section for platforming. Getting the Starfy jump there, that was very impressive. It's a very hard jump to make through the middle of those 3 Starfies. This part's fun. You can just hold right and get past all these guys. It's super hectic looking, but you just hold right all the way through here. Fuzzy making their way into bubbly clouds now as well. Atroz getting some good lag management through that room. Fuzzy opting to kill one of the Starfrees and go for the double jump through. That was also a pretty tight jump. Atroz making pretty quick work of that room. Just barely avoiding those damage boosting through there just to save time and not deal with those enemies. They move pretty quickly and somewhat randomly, so it can be kind of difficult. Cracko Jr. fight here is scripted, pretty easy fight. Not too bad. Both of our runners will probably do this in a pretty similar manner, where you run over to the left-hand side and you can just hide in the corner. Fuzzy getting rid of a couple of those enemies on screen there in order to try to not take damage. Like I said, it's very easy to get hit on the screen.
Atroz having really good Cracko Jr. Really clean.
Yep, perfect for all intents and purposes. Atroz getting the glitch. It's a fun glitch. It just kind of puts Kirby into the background. It doesn't really change anything for the game, but it definitely looks cool to see Kirby's sprite in the background layer. Basically, you just if you inhale the power up on the same frame that you enter the water, this happens. So, pretty fun trick to see. Atroz headed into the curry room now. Just got to run through this big hallway with the curry block and get rid of all of these. Fuzzy looks like he's just about done with the Cracko Jr. fight and moving on.
Atroz is in the Cracko fight now. Hopefully, Atroz gets some good RNG here.
Yeah, we definitely want to see good RNG from Cracko for our runners. This can be a big factor in your time, definitely, especially when you're going for PBs. Cracko RNG can be kind of frustrating.
Atroz not getting very lucky so far.
Yeah, RNG has not been great. Fuzzy making their way through the curry room on their way to Cracko. Getting some better Cracko RNG here towards the middle. Got a few Waddle Doos in a row, which was pretty good. Fuzzy now also going into Cracko. See how their RNG is.
Atroz just finished up.
Saw a good little strat there from Atroz where he killed Cracko right as he swooped down, allowing him to just grab the star basically immediately. Saves like maybe half a second. Definitely a good move. Fuzzy getting pretty average RNG here from Cracko so far. Oh, that was pretty good. Got 3 pretty quick there. Atroz now headed into the real gauntlet of the run. Mountain DDD. It's definitely where the run really begins. We have to refight all the bosses and do a little platforming section beforehand. They're headed into the Lolo Lala refight now. Fuzzy not getting good RNG here from Cracko. Still stuck with just 1 hit left. Just really trying to get out of there now. Finally got that last Waddle Doo and they're on their way out. Atroz didn't get great RNG on this Lolo Lala fight either. Looking for them to be right next to each other so you can go for the double hit. Saw a great double hit there. That was perfect.
Looking good. Let's see how Cracko gives, what kind of RNG they get from Cracko here.
Fuzzy now going into Mountain Deity, going into the Lolo Lala refight as Atroz is entering Cracko. See if this RNG is any better. Saw a good movement from Atroz there as they go into Lolo Lala. I'm sorry, Fuzzy. Atroz is not getting great RNG from Cracko so far. Fuzzy not getting the right configuration to go for the double hit, unfortunately, but still getting good movement. Atroz just about done with Cracko now. Not great RNG through that section. Pretty bad in the beginning and about average in the end. Fuzzy about to get the last hit on Lala, moving on to the next refight. Atroz going for the refight in with Kabula now, as Fuzzy heads into Cracko. Only got 3 health, so they see if they're gonna end up playing it safe or if they're gonna just rush in and go for the close strat. Looks like they're opting to go close. Actually playing a little bit of mid now. Trying to stay away from those bullets, trying to avoid those cannonballs. Definitely doing a really good job evading those shots.
Yeah, especially at this point, you want to just play safe. You got, Wispy and then DDD. You want to conserve as much health as possible.
Yeah.
You can take a death if you take too much damage, but you want to avoid that if you can.
Definitely, and playing mid there really doesn't lose that much more time. Maybe like second or two. Fuzzy not getting good RNG from Cracko either. Still just waiting on those Waddle Doos as Atroz continues through into the Wispy fight. Fuzzy only got 1 hit left on Cracko, just waiting for that Waddle Doo. Just a lot of back and forth and tons of lemons. We're seeing a lot of lemons today.
Absolutely, lots of lemons. Unfortunately, can't turn those into lemonade.
No, cannot turn those lemons into lemonade, unfortunately. Just lost time. Atroz now headed into DDD as Fuzzy heads into the Kabula refight, their last refight. It's still anyone's game here, folks. If Fuzzy could definitely finish this fight pretty quickly and get into DDD. Oh, no, but there's a death from Fuzzy on the Gordo. Oh, that's definitely going to lose some time. Atroz is getting pretty decent RNG from DDD here in the beginning. Got a couple stars in a row there. I think that's 3 in a row now, so that's definitely some good RNG. Fuzzy almost back to the Kabula refight now. Playing it safe there, getting around that Gordo. Good move. Atroz getting decent RNG here from DDD, but definitely getting a few runs. Atroz probably going to play this up close. Or Fuzzy, I'm sorry, is playing this Kabula fight. Started off up close in order to get a few shots in. Now they're playing a mid-game, trying to avoid the shots, save health for DDD. Atroz getting pretty good RNG here from DDD. Only got 3 shots left. 2 now.
This is good. This is some good RNG so far.
Yeah, that was definitely some good DDD RNG so far. Probably going to get this last hit pretty soon. Yep, that was very good DDD RNG.
That's nice.
Atroz with the 1234. Definitely a very good run. Fuzzy headed into the Wispy fight here. Fuzzy now done with the Wispy fight and heading into DDD. See what kind of RNG DDD is going to give. DDD being pretty mean to Fuzzy right now. He is getting some pretty bad RNG. Looks like he's taunting Deity with sucking back at him. Finally getting that star. Man, Deity is not being nice to Fuzzy today. This RNG was not good for Fuzzy this round for sure. There we go, getting the last hit on DDD from Fuzzy. The end there was a little bit better on the RNG, but overall that was definitely some bad RNG, unfortunately. Ending that up with a 14-18. Good movement overall, though, like not a bad run. RNG definitely played a big factor, though, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why we're gonna have some more games. Hopefully the RNG is in Fuzzy's favor more next time.
Yeah, definitely. hopefully, I love it when we see runners where they get really even RNG, or they both get great RNG, or they both get bad RNG, because it's just fun to see the movement match up, especially in this kind of game. All right, it looks like the runners are getting ready for round 2 here now, guys. Remember, this is a best of 3 race. So we have at least one more game to go, possibly 2 games to go. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm very excited to see if Fuzzy gets some better RNG this next game. It definitely could be a very close game. So stay tuned, and we'll be back with the next run in a minute here after everything gets set up. Are getting ready for round 2 here now, guys. Remember, having a little technical difficulty getting set up here, but it should only be about a minute until we get the next race underway. Going on to game 2 here. Oh, yeah, looks like we're about to get started here in just a moment, so hang on just one more moment. All right, and away we go into the first level, Green Greens. Again, just mainly trying to get good movement here. Keep moving right at all times, and doing some lag management as well. Not a whole lot to say about this first part. Mainly they're just trying to get rid of as many enemies as they can without stopping. Going into the Poppy Bros fight here, small RNG element. If Poppy decides to give you a dance and dance around the screen, it wastes a few seconds. Yep, looks like Fuzzy got the dance, unfortunately. That'll put them behind just a little bit. Atroz getting pretty good movement through this next section. Getting some good damage boosts as well as some good lag reduction strats. Both runners managing to keep moving pretty consistently throughout this part. Atroz heading up into the climb, getting ready for that wispy fight. Fuzzy also making his way up through the climb now. Atroz into the wispy fight. Let's see if Wispy's going to give us wind or apples. Let's see some apples, please.
Ooh, double win.
Yeah, double win's not good RNG though. It's about as bad as it gets for the beginning there. But they got apples again, so that was good. Atroz just got one win cycle there, so that's not too bad. It's about average. Yeah, Fuzzy getting the slight upper hand with the RNG in this fight, but Atroz managing to maintain a lead by a few seconds there. Heading into Castle Lolo, notice they're going to try to avoid using those microphones as much as they can, either by swallowing them or spitting them out with the door. By going through the door, I mean. Atroz getting fast movement there and using the bomb to get rid of a couple enemies in the way. Using the damage boost off the Two-Face. Atroz into the Lolo mini fight, or mini boss fight. Not getting great RNG. You want to see them on the top platforms, but unfortunately they got all bottom platforms. Looks like Fuzzy not getting great RNG on there either. Really only matters, saves like a few seconds, like a second or two at most, if you get all up top. Alright, Atroz going for the curry strat again. Let's see if we can get the quick kill. Take a little bit of damage there. That might affect their ability to get the double quick kill, but they can still definitely get a single kill on Lolo or Lala. Getting very good movement through all these doors and everything. Keeping it quick. Going for the damage boost. Oh, and Atroz almost getting that quick kill. They got one hit on Lala there at the end, but definitely a great curry strat. Saved quite a bit of time there. Fuzzy not getting any double hits, unfortunately, but still making their way through the fight.
Snuck that last hit in there real quick.
Yep, that was definitely pretty close. Got a good hit there. Atroz on their way into Floaty Clouds. Floaty Islands. Floaty Islands is one of the harder tracks in this run. Like we said before, lots of lag management because of mainly the cannons and all of the seeds. Also just a lot of enemies.
Hopefully they're going to damage boost to get some extra time.
Yeah, there's a number of good damage boosts in this stage, so they'll probably see the runners do at least one. Atroz headed into the cave now. Fuzzy playing it safe a little bit, going up here on the top. A little bit of lag there, but definitely not a bad strat, especially for tournament. Trying not to take damage. Atroz making pretty quick work of that cave, getting right through without problems.
Oh, we got bounced into the curry. Looked like they were Atroz was trying to avoid it.
Yeah, looks like that might have been an accident there, but they're doing a good job. Getting a little bit of lag, but that's pretty unavoidable with the curry in this game. But they got enough kills to keep the lag down to a pretty manageable level. Fuzzy making their way through the cave now. Going for that top block is pretty quick. That's definitely the faster way to go there. Saves like a couple frames maybe. Atroz going into the Kabula fight now as Fuzzy makes his way across the boat. Let's see if they're going to play up close.
Well, looks like they're playing fairly close here. They got plenty of health to play with, so no reason to not do it.
Yeah, definitely good Kabula fight there. Playing up close is definitely adding the right move. Fuzzy going to Kabula fight with 1 health. We'll see. They might take an intentional death here in order to get a health refill, but they might just go for it. Let's see.
Yeah, they can definitely still clutch it out, but they just have to play it a little further back to make sure they don't get hit.
Yeah, it looks like they're deciding to try to clutch that out. Go for that fight. Atroz going into bubbly clouds there. Getting a little rough movement by the Starfree. Oh no, and Fuzzy unfortunately taking the death to Kabula there. It's a pretty quick death, but definitely loses some time over the intentional one that you could take for the refill. But definitely applaud them for going for that. That was definitely a brave strat to go for, and I love seeing that in the runs in the tournament. Atroz getting some good damage boosts through that section, making quick work of that. Oh no, and there's the death from Atroz, unfortunately. This is probably one of the hardest rooms in the game, to be honest. It's one of the only ones that has vertical and horizontal movement. And there's a ton of enemies, a ton of flying enemies. They're just all over the place that it can be very hard to avoid. Fuzzy making their way into this very laggy room here, doing some lag management by getting rid of a couple of those enemies. Ooh, just barely missing those lemons, too. That was very precise. It was a very good job there. Atroz in the Cracko Jr. fight. Again, pretty scripted. Relatively boring fight. Fuzzy going into this room as well. It's a very difficult room, as we said before. We'll see if they manage to get through here damageless. It'll be very impressive. They're doing a very good job so far. Atroz making their way into the wall room. It looked like they were about a frame or two late on the glitch there. That was pretty close. Love to see people go for it though, and they did get it in the other race, which was very fun to see. Fuzzy in the Cracko Jr. fight now, just trying to get through the scripted fight and move on with the level. They're doing a good job. Good movement. Atroz also getting pretty good movement here. Looks like Atroz might be using the pulsing strat where you pulse the button instead of holding it to do this curry. That helps reduce lag quite a bit, and looks like they had very good movement through that curry room.
Alright, now heading into the Cracko fight. Hopefully Atroz gets some good RNG here. They're also very low health, so they'll have to play a little carefully.
Yep.
Starting off with pretty okay RNG.
Yep. Fuzzy deciding to go for that health refill there is a little safety strat. Doesn't lose very much time, and definitely not a bad idea. They were a bit low on health, and that should help ensure that they don't die in this next fight. Atroz getting pretty good RNG here actually. Getting through this fight pretty quickly.
Yeah, can't be too mad about it.
Definitely some better than average RNG. Fuzzy making their way up to that Cracko fight right now. Atroz just finishing it out.
Let's see how Fuzzy's RNG looks. Let's see. Hopefully it's as good as Atroz's, but you know you can still lose some time here. So hopefully it's good RNG. Looking good so far for Fuzzy.
Yep, Fuzzy getting alright RNG so far. Atroz making their way through Mount DD right now. Going into the Lola refight. Fuzzy getting pretty good RNG as well on Cracko. It definitely will help make sure they don't fall too far behind. Definitely still anyone's game at this point, folks. Don't forget, we got another Cracko refight coming up, and plus DD is a bunch of RNG. So, still anyone's game. Both runners doing a very good job.
Yeah, absolutely. It is still anyone's game.
Atroz getting through that Lola refight pretty well. No double hits, unfortunately, but just RNG did not let that happen. Fuzzy heading into Mount DD now, going into that Lola refight as Atroz goes into Cracko 2. Let's see if Cracko's going to be as nice this time as he was last time.
Not so nice so far.
Fuzzy going into this Lola fight, not getting great RNG either. Atroz getting about average RNG here, maybe a little worse than average. Getting Waddle Dees about every 2 or 3. Fuzzy getting done with that Lola refight. Atroz still not getting great RNG here. It hasn't been terrible, but definitely not great. Definitely giving Fuzzy a chance to catch up a bit. Fuzzy just heading into that same Cracko 2 fight now as Atroz moves on to the Kabula refight. Atroz getting the swag jump across that gap over the Krizzler. Cracko giving not great RNG to Fuzzy either, about average. Atroz opting to play this pretty close.
Spacing back now.
Yeah, looks like they decided to try to play safe. Definitely a good move. There was a lot of triple shots there. Fuzzy getting alright RNG here at the end here. If he could just get one more Waddle Doo, he'll be out of this Cracko fight. And then Atroz going into the Wispy fight. Fuzzy finally done with that Cracko fight. That RNG was not too nice. I don't think that was... might have been a little bit better than Atroz's, but barely, about the same.
Yeah, not enough to make a real difference.
Yeah, not really, unfortunately. Atroz getting pretty good grabs on these apples. Definitely saves a little bit of time to jump up and grab them. Got a little bit of wind there, but that's okay. Fuzzy going into the Kabula fight. Got a lot of health, so they're deciding to play it up close in the beginning. As soon as the firing started, it looks like they're starting to play back a little bit, saving up on the health. Because again, you don't get health refills in between matches here, so you want to be careful. Good Kabula refight, very clean, very fast.
Well, now we're on to DDD for Atroz. DDD so far being kind of nice. Not super nice, but, well, alright. Being a little rude now.
Fuzzy just heading into the Wispy fight. Looks like the RNG on Atroz's side is getting a little bit better. He got a couple shots in there.
Yeah, it's still plenty of time to for DDD to you know, waste time.
Oh, definitely. Again, only on 3 health, so definitely could see a death here. It's possible. Getting a lot of jumps from DDD as well, which are a bit slower than the hammers. Fuzzy just about done with the Wispy fight here. Oh no, it looks like they accidentally swallowed an apple there, unfortunately. Looks like Atroz is about done with his DDD fight. He's got 1 hit left.
1 hit left.
Fuzzy also entering DDD. And that's it for Atroz. That was a 12-43 for Atroz. Atroz takes this match. GG to both of you. Put in great game. Fuzzy is doing pretty alright so far with DDD, getting not great RNG here at the beginning, but it looks like it's getting a little better now. Getting really good movement, staying very close to DDD while not managing to get hit. There we go, there's another jump. Fuzzy getting pretty good RNG here at the end of DDD. Getting a lot of hits in a row here. Almost done with DDD, only 2 hits left for Fuzzy. All right, we got one final hit for Fuzzy, and here it is. Boom, and a 13:41. Again, still a very good time, especially in a tournament setting. That was a very good race. Very fun to watch.
Absolutely. Well played from both Fuzzy and Atroz. Thank you both for playing. That was great.
All right, let's see if we can get these guys in to do some commentary. Hey Fuzzy, thanks for joining us, man. That was a great race. You had a lot of really good movement, some good stress, the damage boost, and everything. How did you feel about everything?
I felt like it went all right. There were some times where I maybe took one more death than I maybe wanted to, but I felt like the time was around what I would expect, which was mid 13, early 14. So not too bad.
Yeah, that like 13:41 is still a pretty good time, especially like with the RNG you got. You did not get very good RNG, especially from Cracko there. So like definitely still a pretty good time.
Yeah, no, when I saw the first race and I saw that his time was like a minute faster than my PB, I was like, oh, I'm gonna need some good RNG. And then in game 2, I immediately get bad RNG, and I'm like, all right, well, it is what it is,
Yeah, no, with this game, you really just kind of got to play with the RNG and just do whatever it'll give you.
Yeah, for sure.
1 second here. I'm going to see if we can get Atroz in here. Looks like we're not going to be able to get Atroz in here for commentary. But so how did you feel about that DDD at the end? You got a lot. You got pretty good RNG there, unfortunately, right at the end. But it didn't quite make up for that Cracko, I don't think.
Yeah, no, it was pretty nice. I think I maybe got a double hit in there, so that was nice. But yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, I don't feel like anything went horribly wrong in either one. The second one definitely went at the end, but yeah, no, it's yeah, that's about all I. A few seconds away from my PB, so I can't complain.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good. Good job.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, well, thank you for having myself and Tabasco here on for commentating. It was a very fun race to comment.
Yeah, thank you guys for commentating. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Awesome. We are to definitely look forward to commentating your races in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, of course. Is there any last words you wanted to throw out there for the viewers? Any plugs or anything?
All I would say is for anybody looking at maybe learning the game, it is a lot of fun, even though it looks like it has a lot of RNG. It does, but it's still a lot of fun to do despite that. It's a really short run, so it's easy to pick up. That's basically it.
All right, cool. Thank you. Definitely good advice. I would agree. Anyone who wants to pick up this game, it's a great speed game to learn. It was my first speed game. It's a great one to get into the community for sure. And everyone's super nice and super helpful. So it's definitely a good community to be a part.
Agreed. Yep.
All right. Well, I think that just about wraps it up for our race today. Thank you everyone for joining us for the Kirby's DreamLand tournament. We have 2 races tomorrow. We have one at 12 p.m. Eastern with S Diesel and Sharky 2107. Commentating is going to be by Proa 007 and the Great Toad Man. And then we have another race at 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow with the Green Snow Dog versus Belfic Gaming. And I will be commentating that match. thank you guys all so much for joining us tonight on Speed Gaming. Thank you so much for Speed Gaming for having us and for hosting these events. And thanks so much to the great Todd, man, for getting this whole tournament together and getting everyone together. It's super fun to be part of this event. And also, of course, thank you to Tabasco for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me here. I've had a lot of fun.
All right, well, thank you guys all again for watching Speed Gaming, and make sure to check out the races tomorrow. And have a great night.